What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Saturday. My name is Justin, aka No Good Comics, and thanks for taking some time to hang out with us here today. Bear in mind, we're getting a new deck finished at my house, so you might hear a little bit of knocking going on, but hopefully that'll be done soon. Appreciate everybody who's hanging out, whether you're here in the chat right now or if you're catching the replay. Thank you so much. While you're at it, please take a moment, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We had just crossed our 900 subscriber giveaway here on the channel, and we are doing a giveaway for that. So really excited as we continue our journey to 1K. If you guys missed that video, to enter, you still have some time left, and I'll actually have the little thing here. So I'll put that it's in the description right now. If you guys haven't already entered, you have a little bit more time left until Monday night, 10 o'clock. So a little giveaway to give back, and I appreciate everybody who's supported the channel. And we will continue on to the 1K, the road to 1K. So this show is Comic Collector Origins. We are on episode 54, and this is all about the community. This is where I bring on people from the community. I interview them about their origin story. You know, we always talk about superheroes and characters, about their origins and their first appearances. Well, I want to talk a little bit more about the individuals that are part of this community and find out more about their origin stories of how they got started in this hobby, and you know, some first appearances at Comic-Con, so on and so forth. So I'm really excited today because I have my guest, who actually, before I even say her name, I feel like this has been a long time coming. We've certainly been on chats together and hung out before, you know, virtually. I love a lot of the different things that she's doing right now on her channel, along with Sparks Comics, and as well as the things that she's doing on her Instagram. And of course, I am talking about Caroline's Comics. So let me bring in Caroline right now. Caroline, what is going on?
Hey everyone, I just got home from work. That's why we're always late. It's always my fault.
Rush. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad that the day's over, or the work day is over.
The work day is over. The day has just begun.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Caroline, you've been so awesome to this community. I feel like you've been somebody there supporting everybody. I see you in the chats all the time. You and Sparks hosting your own shows, interviewing, having guests on all the time, community members and creators alike. So many different things, and I love your platform, so I appreciate you coming on to the show.
You know, absolutely. I'm obsessed with you, so
oh no,
it's all up here.
Right back at you. And anybody who doesn't follow Caroline, I put all her information in the description below, so make sure you do so. And actually I have the link here. I did want to just drop that in as well for anybody that's in the chat right now. If you don't follow, let me just You Promised Me Comics, which I love the name, by the way. Love the name. I'm gonna put that in the chat as well. Totally. So before we get into it, Caroline, let's just say a quick hello to the chat. I see we got about 15, 16 people hanging out here with us. So we got TM Nerdy, first and foremost, hanging out early. What is going on, brother? Station. We got my man Michael, Sove Collector, also hanging out with us. Thanks so much, Michael. Absolutely. We got my girl Sheena. She says, let's go. She's great. Thank you so much, Sheena, for hanging out. We also got my man Ragin Cajun Comics, JD, in the house. Hello. I was just over on his channel, not this Sunday, but the Sunday before, hanging out on his new show. You guys should check that out, along with all his Sunday shows that he's doing. And there he is, John's Comics with Kids. What is going on, John? Always mocking me with my here we go to the LCSs. John and I, we're going to be doing our Omni X-Men show again, kicking off in a couple of weeks here. So anybody who's interested, we'll have our Tuesday shows back for season 2 of the Omni X-Men. So John, good to see you, my friend. Let's see. We got Mercy Collectibles all the way from Sweden. What is going on, Mercy? Mercy, I just sent you your package. So let me know when you got it. Or I know it's going to have to go to your other connection and then go across. Yeah, it's going to be a trip. Yeah, it's going to be a trip. A little while. Yeah. Michael, happy Saturday to you as well, my friend. The chat just jumped on me here. I think I saw... whoa. Oh, am I that far back on the chat? Oh, here we go. Okay. Paul Morris in the house. What's going on? It's PJ Morris. Good to see you, Paul. Thanks for stopping in. We got my man Desired Comics also hanging out with us. Nigel says he's traveling, but he'll check the replay. Appreciate you, brother. Let's see. We got Rock City in the house. What's going on, Rock City? And again, if you guys are new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Appreciate the subscriptions and the support.
Smash the like button.
Yes, always. My man Jason, I was just with Jason. Just got to hang out with him for a few minutes here. He hooked me up with. He just. I don't have the box right next to me, but I'll have to show it later. But Jason's the best. He had AOK'd me a book. It's a We Live book, and it's a very special variant. Okay. So I'll have to show that off later. But
We Live.
Yes. So Jason, thank you, brother, for hanging out. And yeah, exactly an hour ago. Yeah, he literally just met up with me at a local LCS here. Ben Compton in the house. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you, Ben. Welcome indeed. Let's see. I think I've got almost everybody. Something Wong in the house. What's going on, Wong? We got my man Steph, Missing Link Station, brother. And there's the channel.
The other half.
Comics. Mr. Jeremy Sparks Comics. What's going on, Sparks?
Drive safely.
Yes. Let's see. I think scrolling. Yeah, everybody staying high. Yes. Oh, we got VP in the house. What's going on, VP? Good to see you, my friend. We got 19 people hanging out with us. There he is. Yep. Station Fable.
Station.
And Oh Brother Comics as well. Thanks for stopping in. Hey, we got Big Herminio. What is going on, Herm? Station to you as well. All right.
Thanks for everyone.
Yes, absolutely. And again, if you guys are not following Caroline, I put all our information in the description below. So make sure you are subscribed and following. All right. I think I got everybody at the moment. If you guys have any questions for Caroline, feel free to put them in the chat and we will eventually get to them. But Caroline, this show's all about you. So I want to ask you first and foremost, when did this hobby start for you? How old were you? What was your environment like? What were some of the books you were reading? Give us the details.
Comics in the medium of comics did not start for me until, we'll say, August of last year. Okay. Pandemic was going on. Girl needed something to do.
Of course.
Spend money on things, I was
we're all indoors. We couldn't go anywhere.
Sure. Little did I know. But I have been an MCU fan. I have been all about all the Batman movies. Praise be to Christopher Nolan for those magical movies because I love those. Poison Ivy is my favorite character in pop culture. I grew up very exposed to the nerdiness, the sci-fi-ness. My parents watch Star Trek every day when I get home from work, and I'm just okay, this makes sense now. I get it. But comics themselves, I didn't start reading the comics, and it's so dumb too because I would sit there and watch the Marvel movies and go, man, I could just read the comics about this and know what's going on, and I just didn't.
Right.
For whatever reason.
I'm the same way. I was the same way. Yeah, you're not alone there.
I always read the comic strips in Sunday newspapers, though. I would whip that out of my parents' hands. I was like, man.
That counts. That totally counts. So you were always a fan. You're always following along in terms of the films, the TV shows, and obviously there's a lot more of them now that are out there. So very cool. And it's something I always like to bring up because, we all have different paths on how we got into this hobby. And I feel like people on the outside who are not collectors of comics kind of view us as, oh, you've been a collector all your life, probably. You have all these books and, all this stuff. And it's like, we do have a lot of books, but, but yeah, it's it's cool to just know that, there's a lot of other mediums that can pull people into this hobby. You mentioned your parents, Star Trek, all that stuff. I love that. I love hearing that. And just, it was kind of in your life throughout time. And,
So my, one of my very good friends, she took me to the comic shop with her because we were out getting coffee, and she was like, oh, my husband gave me a list of books and I know you kind of know this stuff, so I want you to come with me. And I was like, oh, I've never been to a comic shop. And she's just like,
nice.
I'm sorry, you, the person you have never been. And I was like, okay, no. She's like, we're changing this today, let's go. And I spent $150.
Whoa, nice.
I just bought a ton of trades, and I was like, I want to read this, and I want to read this, and I want to read this, and I want to read this.
Yep. It's a dangerous rabbit hole. It's so easy to just grab a trade. It really is. So when was this? This was
a little over a year ago, August.
Okay.
I made my Instagram in October, so almost a year.
Wow, really?
Man. I think so. Or September. Maybe it's September.
Okay. But either way, about a year.
About a
So you're
year.
coming up on about a year. Man, I feel like I've known you so much longer than that.
I know. I was thinking about
I guess
it.
just
I was
we
like,
talk and
no, it's been like what, 2 or 3 years? And it's like, no, you've known these people a year now.
Seriously, but that's what's so cool about this platform. I guess it's, as we see each other's faces up on the screen and talking and we get our personalities. I remember you were doing a lot of Instagram lives at first when you were first getting going, which I love, and I always encourage people to do more of that as well. But that's
to do them again.
Yeah, no, and that's, I just remember you doing unboxings and talking about some of the books that you had read, and that was something that got my attention as you first started. So I love that. So what was it about? Like, what made you make an Instagram account? Was your friend, did that person play a role in doing this?
No,
or you just
so I actually had, because again, it was like the whole pandemic thing, and I had a ton of friends who were picking up hobbies and like making Instagrams dedicated to, and I had one very specific friend who did it with knitting, and I was like, you know what? I can do that, but with my comic books. And I made one for my comic books. I was like, nice. Worst case scenario, I make a few friends.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So getting into this, then you had no idea that there was this comic book community, right?
No.
So what do you think now?
I walked into the comic book store and walked out into a whole new world.
Yeah, I imagine, if you go to a con now, you're going to run into some people, right? You're going to know, which I love. I can't wait. I
actually made friends locally through my Instagram.
Oh, that's so cool.
Read comics and shop at the same store as me.
Totally. It's a small world when you think about it.
It's wild.
You start talking to people on Instagram, you're like, oh, I go to that shop. You see someone post their LCS and you're like, that's literally my LCS.
I tagged them in a picture and they were like, wait a minute.
You're like, I was just there.
You don't have a chain, do they? And I was like, no, that's just the one. And he was like, we're meeting up.
Yeah, totally. That's so cool. That is so cool. Yeah. I see we got John Stout in the house. What is going on, John? Good to see you. We also got Jay Ramirez in the house. J2, good to see you, brother. Thanks for stopping in. Back Issues Paulie hanging out with us as well. Good to see you, Paulie. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I love hearing that. I love like you only been on this platform for around a year, and already you've kind of like discovered that this is this big community and hanging out with people, which I love. So have you gone to, I like to bring up Comic-Cons. Are you a Comic-Con goer? I feel like I saw you you went to a Comic-Con fairly recently.
No, I'm going to one in October. I'm going to Baltimore Comic-Con.
Oh, we are meeting up. We are definitely meeting up for that.
Yeah.
I'll be there for sure. Okay. That's, I remember you guys talking about that. So that's cool. That's going to be, so will that be your first Comic-Con, or have you been? Okay.
I've never, and what's really sad too is like, there's a local Comic-Con that I've thought about going to several times, like from high school through college. I was like, man, I wonder if I should go this year. I just didn't.
And you never got.
So I'm going to a real big one. Baltimore is my first one.
Oh, that's so cool. We will. Are you going? How many days are you going?
All of them, all 3. I'm going to try and get late Thursday night, because I live in Hampton Roads, Virginia, so it's right up for me. Oh, okay. All right. Like 4 hours. It's easy.
Oh, nice. Okay. Very cool.
So I'm just going to drive up after I get off of work, and then
Very cool. I think I'll be down there Friday night, so I'll miss Friday, but I'll get down Friday night 'cause I got work Friday. But definitely be there all day Saturday, and then maybe all day Sunday. I'll see if I didn't buy tickets yet. I actually probably should do that soon.
They are doing vaccine or 48-hour negative test and masks.
Oh no. Okay. Right. Okay. Good to know.
But it is still happening. And it's my birthday weekend.
Oh, no way. Perfect. Oh, we're definitely celebrating. Very cool.
Big event. The whole D&D squad's coming down.
Nice. Very cool.
So,
all right. So, as you got into, like you said, you were grabbing some trades off the wall at that moment. Like, so to me, you are like the indie queen, and you certainly anytime I need to know more about a certain indie, I feel like I can go to you about that. Was it, when you were first getting into it, like, was it indies that you first started exploring?
I went in,
or were you
specifically for indies. I went in
okay.
The mental processes of, would I rather read 50 years of Iron Man comics or Batman comics or Captain America or Spider-Man comics, or hey, here's this book that it just came out and just started. It was like, you read it. Is easier. So I went in with the specific intentions of getting the Umbrella Academy books. I loved the show, and I was like, I need to know what sort of wild madness is going on in this man's brain, because this is amazing on screen. So the content's got to be just as good. And I picked up an Avatar: The Last Airbender book too, because
nice.
Love it. Always Team Avatar.
Love it, love it. So you're getting all these indies. Were you at that? Because I know you do read some Marvel and DC, right?
So I picked up Matt Fraction's Iron Man, just the first trade, because I was talking with my clerk about it, and I was like, I would literally take a bullet for his RDJ's Iron Man. I was like, I love him. He's perfect. Which book do I read to get that version of Iron Man? He was like, well, this is probably a good one for you to start with. So I grabbed that, and I grabbed the first 2 trades of the Umbrella Academy, and I got a couple Avatar books.
Nice.
That was my first little haul.
Love it, love it. So from there, you eventually started getting into, like, you had a pull list. Did you go through that whole process? And
yeah, they kept trying to convince me. They were like, "You buy enough," and I was like, "Don't tell me that."
Right.
One day I was like, "Okay, I caved. I gotta have an actual list for this thing now." And they were like, "Yes."
Yeah, that's the next step, right?
The next step.
Exactly. So you want to name? I know there's probably a list that goes on, but I always like to ask my guests if you could name, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 books that come to mind that you are currently reading right now. Maybe ones that some people might not have heard that you would recommend or that you're enjoying yourself right now.
Are you talking current series or just like books in general I'm reading?
It could be anything. It could be just right now. What are you reading right now? Anything that you're enjoying?
Ooh, well, okay, it just ended, but if you haven't read Layla Star for whatever psychotic reason,
yes.
I cried like a baby during that last issue. So I don't know if anybody else did, but that was amazing.
Yeah,
so
it really was.
I think you gotta read Layla Star. It is incredible. I would not be me if I didn't recommend We Only Find Them When We're Dead. I'm gonna get everyone reading that book. I love it.
I am guilty of not reading it yet. I need to read that book. I own it. I just haven't bought it.
So good.
Yeah.
I have a history with that book. We'll get there.
Nice.
I'm gonna throw out a wild card. It's a series called Engine Ward. I really like it. It's based on essentially the zodiac calendar. The Celestials are all the zodiacs as if they're human beings, but like gods still. And it's a war of humans versus the gods, and the way that the gods have treated the humans and what they've done and destroyed the planet. The last issue comes out pretty soon. I've been reading it all the way through. Not a lot of people read it. I love it. I think it's great.
Wow.
Never heard of it. Engine Ward.
Yeah, it sounds cool. Sounds very cool.
The last one's always hard.
There's so many.
I know. We'll go Basilisk. I feel like it's a middle of the road indie. I'm enjoying it. I think it's great. I like the content, and I like the kind of, I don't want to call them twists, but the little mini twists that keep happening in the issues.
That's Cullen Bunn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I read the first issue when that first came out. I enjoyed it. I remember thinking that I felt like I wanted more, and that it was, like it almost felt like it was like a half issue. It wasn't bad. I really enjoyed it.
The first issue, and you'll find me yelling about this on the internet. It was too short. It physically was too short. I wanted more content to it. Yep. I am happy with the amount of content I've been getting from the rest of the issues.
Nice. Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep. I think I own issue 2 and 3 right now, and I just haven't. At that point I was like, well, maybe I'll just read it as a trade form, But definitely, I mean, Cullen Bunn has been killing it, so very cool there. I see Mercy said, I hate it when I hear about these indie comics. It's already too late for me to get
digital.
Issue 1 in Sweden.
That's what I do every now and then.
Yeah, true. I don't know if he has Comixology there or not.
I don't know if it's a thing, actually.
Yeah, I know he has Marvel, but Marvel Unlimited. But Mercy, man, dude, just hit me up, man. I'll pick up anything you need. I'll pick it up for you. But yeah, so great list. Oh, I see my man Steve in the house. What's going on? Hip Hops and Me.
Welcome in.
Welcome. Make sure. So, oh, brother also agrees with Basilisk. I feel like has some great potential. I'm really looking forward to reading it as a collection. Yeah, I could see that.
I think it's going to tell really well as a singular story instead of spaced out, but I'm here for it. I think it's great. Totally. Yeah, I've noticed that and really it's more indies than anything else, where I feel like there are some books that read better as a trade, and then one of the ones that I'm waiting for, I think it's coming out soon or might already be out, but Autumnal. I heard really good things about it, but I was like, I really want to read it whole story through, and I heard a lot of it's probably better for you.
Yep, that actually, I think the trade just came out like last week. I remember seeing it. So you mentioned digital. I wanted to bring this up and ask you. So what are your general thoughts on digital? I mean, do you use digital a lot?
I use digital. Yeah, I use it. It's convenient for space. Like I use it when I travel, or like if I want to, read. Sometimes I'll take it with me to like work or things like that if I don't have a trade and I don't want to bring a single issue. Yeah. But I no qualms against it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't find a book and that's the only way to read it. Sometimes you have the really old book and you don't want to read it, and you want to read it and not damage it.
True. Yeah, no, you're spot on all around. Let's see, guys, and make sure if you are not already following Caroline, I put all our information in the description below. Appreciate everybody hanging out right now. We got 19 people hanging out here. Mercy said that the app doesn't work in Europe the same way as in the US. Okay.
So here's what we're going to do. We're all just going to take pictures of our books page by page and send them to you.
There you go, Mercy. We'll hook you up, bro. Whatever it takes. Hashtag whatever it takes. There you go. We have your back. Yeah, man. We got you, man. Let's see. John said that he's going to Rogue City Con when this is over. Yeah, I saw some people posting about that. Stephanie Phillips, I saw. She has a booth set up there, and I was like, oh, man, I wish I was there right now. Where is that? I don't even know where that is. Do you know?
I do not know.
Maybe John.
Don't give me city nicknames that aren't like New York.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, right. Same.
Geography was not my strong suit, and I am willing to admit that.
Oh, I agree. I'm with you. Let's see. Wanted to ask you if you have a couple books that you wanted to share, something that means something special to you, or something that you might have a story about.
Yeah. So I actually have the first floppy I ever bought.
Oh, sweet. Very nice.
Hence why I'm so obsessed with it.
Very nice. Yep.
She's my baby.
That was the first floppy you bought, huh? The
first floppy I ever bought. And I bought it, and I picked it up. I was going up to Philly to visit my friend for a weekend, and I stopped at this random comic shop in Delaware, and I was like, hey, do you have this book? I wanted to read it, and I couldn't find it at my shop. And they were like, yeah, it's over there. So I grabbed it. First floppy. It's my story.
Very nice. So where is that story right now in terms of trades, or is it an ongoing right now, or has it ended?
It's ongoing, I think it's ongoing. It's on issue 7. There is a trade of the first volume, and then I want to say issue 10 will be after that, the trade for the second. Okay. I don't know necessarily how many they're doing. I will read as much as they want because I will happily shove all of the sci-fi into my body as possible. My favorite genre, just give it to me. Eye sockets directly. Thank you.
Yes, love it. That's so cool. Yeah, first floppy here, Fable typed it in the chat. So that book, so I did read the first issue. I remember when it came out, and I was intrigued by it. But I think that was another one where I thought I'm going to just stick to reading it in trade. I love Al Ewing.
And it does read better as a trade. I will fully and willingly admit this. But I have like every single issue cover. I'm like, we're good. I got it. This is my shtick.
Well, I love the covers, and I feel like we're getting a lot of these types of covers now, especially with like Something is Killing the Children, like You Promised Me Darkness, like all these like titles like that are in big letters across the, but at the same time, it's a different style of like art. I mean, as a whole, as a cover itself.
And I mean, the interior art on that book is just stunning. Unless you hate digital art, like then I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
Grow up, but
Yeah, the panels are stunning.
It's stunning. It's so good. And reading it digitally is just as good, as seeing it in person in this case. Like, it doesn't take away from that experience.
That's good. That's good to know. And I know that's how I read the first issue, was digitally. Looks like a lot of people here are agreeing. John Stout said that he's getting a book signed by her. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. I don't know if he's talking about
probably who you were talking about having the booth.
Yes, Stephanie Phillips. Very cool.
Wait to get stuff signed at cons.
Yes, there you go. Hashtag whatever it takes. The cons are going to be awesome. I mean, have you looked at the lineup for Baltimore? I'm curious if taking a look at that. Is there anyone that stands out to you that you're like super pumped for at the moment? Or
correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty certain Brian K. Vaughn's going, right?
Yes, he is.
So, like, I'm just going to grab all of my trades and be like, how many is my limit? Can I stack of fat trades? All of them, please? Wait, I'm going to harass him a little too hard. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have a ton of books by him.
That's great. That's a great idea, too. I think that I have Saga. I have Saga 1 that I don't think I can bring myself to cracking and getting reset because it's a 9.8, so I don't want to mess with that. But I do have 2 through 18.
That they're not going to do signings, like CGC certified signings because of all the COVID stuff.
Oh, but they'll do
so like you're going to get witnesses, but they're not going to grade on site. Gotcha. They're just accepting hand-ins. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I like the idea of a trade then. Actually, I have my hardcovers. I could get my hardcover signed.
Mm-hmm.
That would
I
be
want to
cool.
pick up the Omni and have them sign it. Because
Yeah,
I've got
that's a
1
good
through
idea.
9. I've read all of them, and I now have one singular issue of Saga. It's the
Nice.
last cover. I think it's like
Nice.
issue 52 or something.
There are some stunning covers throughout that series. I mean, the artwork in general is just like
it's
amazing.
Me and my LCS clerk literally every week we have a little mini bitch fest about like, when is it coming back?
We need it now.
He has posted that the art is happening. It is done being written, and they're just waiting for the art. And I'm like, listen, lady.
Yeah, we've heard it all. Hey, we got Eric in the house. What's going on, Azor Steiger?
Welcome.
Absolutely. Let's see. Fable says, I'm discovering so many of us are new to the hobby. Great to see. Yeah, dude. Absolutely. I think a majority of people I've talked to or I've had on as guests, I would say a majority are within 3 years. Within 3 years, 3 to 4 years. I got on 3 years ago. So what's that?
It's a growing industry, and it'd be sad if it wasn't. It would just be old saggy white men reading old books.
Right. No, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's nice to see new audiences, especially thanks to the different shows that are out right now, whether it's like the indie shows that are based on indie books, or obviously Marvel and DC having their shows and their movies are all very helpful, I think, to just getting more young people or just people in general.
I mean, I have watched all of the Marvel stuff. I was the person who saw Endgame 4 times in theaters and cried like an absolute baby every single time.
Yep.
And Umbrella Academy is what got me to start reading comics.
Yeah, I love that. That's so cool. That's a series I need to finish because I did start that and I haven't finished it. I actually thought about going back and reading it. Have you read it?
Worth it?
Okay.
Yes. Oh, I have read it and reread it and made other people read it several times.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, maybe I'll have to put that towards the top of my list then. I just started reading Sandman not too long ago. Have you read Sandman?
Oh, that's one I want to read. I don't know necessarily how to get into it other than just start, because I know it's going to be a long process.
Just start. That's what I did. I literally just finished the first 8 issues. I'm hooked, absolutely hooked. And now I want to read, not only that, I just want to read everything that's in that Sandman universe, which I know Lock and Key can kind of tie into some of that stuff.
I love Neil Gaiman. Everything he's touched, it's just so good.
Absolutely. So very, very excited for that, and I'll have to Lock and Key on the list. John raises hand at old white man.
It's okay as long as you're not a mean old white man.
Right. Oh, brother says yes. We need to bring in all we can to the hobby. Keep it going. Absolutely. Jason knows what's up about Sandman. He's been diving into it. He's been listening to the audiobook too, which I have as well.
That is the James McAvoy, right? The audiobook?
Yeah, I think it's there's several readers.
Voices. Okay.
Yeah. I think like what's her name? Kate Dennings, the girl from one of it, like she's a voice on that read as well. There's a bunch of actors for that read. I think it's just the first trade or the first Omni. I don't know if it's the first 8 issues or the first like 30 issues. Either way, yeah.
I listen to podcasts on my drive in, so that might be something to check out.
Oh, totally. So I would say if you are going to listen to it, I still would. I would actually probably read it first
and then listen to it.
You could do it like issue by issue. So you could read issue 1 and then on your way into work, like listen to issue 1, and it gives you just like 2 different dynamics of like what you're seeing and reading and hearing. So yeah, if you have like Audible or something like that, I think it's definitely worth putting on your list. Let's see. Jason said, Justin, I found a good deal for the first appearance of Death. Oh, dude. Jason, that's I want that book. I actually really, I'm very curious what deal you found and how much it is, and if you're not buying it, then you need to send me the link. Jason and I do this. We like we're at a shop, and
as soon as I find one in Baltimore, just like hit you up and be like,
yeah, just message me. Hey, we got Michelle in the house. What's going on? Moonlit Comics. Thanks for stopping in. Very cool. Do you have any other books that you wanted to show? Anything else that you?
I do. I have a few more.
Oh,
so I figured I would show my first, what we call the big girl book.
Oh, all right. Let's see it.
Probably won't surprise anybody, but
Oh yes. I remember when you got that. I remember you talking about this when you got this.
My girl.
Awesome.
Okay.
Love it.
Bayfront, as we call her in my circle.
Yep.
First big girl book. It's gonna be getting graded at some point in its life.
I was gonna ask if you were gonna.
Can't physically bring myself to get rid of it. I have a lot of them now.
Yeah.
I have the foreign one. I have a few of them. I have a really not good quality one. It's fine.
Nice.
I don't have a problem.
Yeah, no. Hey, any grade I'm good with.
As long
I
as
totally
get
get
it, I'm happy.
I get what you're saying though, like not wanting to give it up or not wanting to like part with it for the, especially with how long things are going on right now, which from what I hear is like ridiculous.
I may physically hand it over instead of shipping it.
You can do that. You can do that in Baltimore.
I have to do that. So I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to it and just, I don't know, maybe my life will be made amazing and Karen Gillan will travel and come to America.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
That's all I want. It's my birthday wish.
There you go. Yeah. I'm going to quote Justin Bieber and say, never say never. You certainly could. It certainly could happen. I will say, that was one of the things I did when I was first sending books in, or because I've never gone through the process myself where I like just ship books from my house to CGC. Never did that process before. I kind of have an idea of how to do it, but I just don't. I never was into doing it in that way. If I wanted to buy a CGC, I'd buy it CGC'd. But I will say what you were saying about handing it off, passing it on to somebody like at a con. I've done that twice, and it was very convenient. Or no, sorry, I did it technically once actually.
I feel like I pressed it a little bit more.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, you're dealing with a company, so like they have insurance. You know, they take your information down, all this other stuff. You can still add on for like the fast track. You know, if you want to have it go through the system a little bit quicker. Yeah,
I do have a book at CGC right now that just went for grading and encapsulation.
Oh, very nice.
Very excited.
Oh,
it is a Riri book.
Oh, nice. Okay. Man, a lot of Riri books out there.
I have no idea what it's going to be, but I had it cleaned and pressed. Somebody sent it out for me, so it's going back to that.
Okay. Okay. But, you got to do like an unboxing for it or something.
Oh yeah, and I'm thinking we're hoping it would be here in time for my birthday. I mean, we sent it back in March, and my birthday is October.
Fingers crossed.
Like, 6 months. Come on.
Fingers crossed. Hey, we got BLC in the house. What's going on, Big Lion Cat? Thanks for stopping in, my friend. Very cool. Anything else that you have you want to show off?
Yeah. So I figured I'd do my first slab.
Oh yes, let's see it. Let's see it. Oh my gosh, I'm in love.
My girl. It does. It could totally use a press and probably bump it up. It's got a little bit of a spine roll, but you know.
It looks awesome. Can you hold that up? Hold that up closer. I haven't seen the. I have not seen that cover before. It's a Sirens. What, issue number 1? Very cool. Who's the artist there?
Cover and art by Guillaume March.
Oh, nice. Okay, that explains why I think it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful. If you haven't read Carmen, that's another series that's going to make you bawl.
Yep.
Like an absolute baby.
It's fantastic. That was another fantastic. You know, and I'll have to say, and actually, I'm curious about your thoughts on this. So I feel like now more than ever, a lot of indie series are putting out, well, really, actually, even Marvel DC, but all series, I guess you could say, are putting out little 5-issue miniseries. And depending on what it's about, or depending on what character it's about, and if this character already has had stories before, or if it's a brand new thing, I feel like I've been running into a few, not a lot, but a few hit or miss ones where the first 4 issues are amazing, and the 5th issue
doesn't end well.
Either it doesn't end well, or you have something like Carmen where it's like, or like Layla Starr where it's like perfect, you know, which and I'm not saying like, I imagine it's got to be hard. It's got to be hard to write a 5-issue series, and end it properly. But like,
want a good amount of time.
Yeah, like, have you been running into this at all, at least recently?
Yeah, so I kind of have this 3-issue rule that I do, where if I'm like iffy about a book, I'm like, okay, issue 3, it's my commit or die.
Yeah.
You know, if I keep reading it, okay, I may bitterly keep reading it, but I'm going to keep reading it.
Okay. Yeah, totally. So
no, I kind of definitely run into several things though, where I got to the end and I was like, okay.
Wah. Yeah.
Wasn't perfect. Wasn't terrible. But
can I ask you, have you read Eve? Have you read the last issue?
I cried like a baby reading Eve too. It was a very emotional month of comics. I don't know why I did. I was like, God, this is sad. Why is this so sad?
So the only thing with Eve is that I felt like it wrapped up fast.
Yes.
Yeah. And I get it. I mean, you only have so much. I just wish it was like, if that story was like a 10-issue series, or like, or even give us, I don't know, a part A and B.
About like Mom, and I felt like the Wexler reveal was a little bit rushed, But overall, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the series itself, like I would totally recommend it to anybody. But I do feel like I was a tiny bit let down on that 5th issue. But again, kind of going back to it, it's like, you know, you have your three issue rule, which I love. Like if you're already into it, you're like, okay, I'm here for the ride, no matter what, you know, wherever this goes.
And I've had it surprise me. I've had to go, okay, it's actually consistently getting better.
Yes. Yep. Okay. Yeah, you got to ride. You just got to ride them out and see where they land. But I've noticed. Yeah, I mean, I guess with anything, some are gonna be hit or miss. I just saw Comics and Culture in the house. Wanted to highlight him. Comics and Culture, what's going on, brother? Thanks for stopping in. And Rod, just the Rican and his comics. What is up, Rod? Oh, Professor, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping in, guys. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you're following Carolina. Put all our information in the description below. We got a cat. Professor. Oh, we got a cat.
This is Mingo.
Mingo.
Me down.
Say hi.
Oh.
Say hi.
Hello. Very
She's
cute.
Like, I'm done.
She's like the movie star. She's like, I'm not ready.
She's like, you didn't pay me for this, Mom.
Exactly. Very cool. All right. I want to ask you for where you stand right now with the hobby. You know, you're a year in. And now I know goals can change over time, but as of right now, what do you picture for your collection long term? Do you plan on keeping everything? Do you plan on eventually selling certain things? Do you plan on passing them down to other family members?
Definitely not keeping everything. I tend to purge every now and then just to get rid of things. You know, you find series that you don't like. I've donated some books that I've damaged, and I was like, well, I'm not going to sell these. I'm not going to read these. So
right. Good idea.
But, oh God, I don't even know. There's so many. I have a lot of, I'm very good about my goals in the fact that like I set very few for myself when I got started, and I've basically hit all of them at this point.
Oh, damn.
So I'm just kind of like, okay, what next? Where do I want to go from here? Because I don't collect a lot of the old books. So like, I'm not trying to go after, you know, like first appearance of Iron Man or Namor or like Shang-Chi or anything like that. I'm like, I'm happy to just read that book digitally, trade, old Omni, whatever.
Yeah. So
I'm more just trying to see, like, I've started really collecting a lot of the art as much as the stories.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So Jen Bartel's where it's at right now for me. So I'm just kind of like, I want to get as much of her stuff as I can.
Oh, love it. Love it. Okay. Yeah, no, I think it's a great way to kind of look at it. And, you know, this hobby is just so big. There's so many different ways to approach it, you know. So I think it's smart, especially with where you're at right now. So very cool there. All right. My other question I want to ask you before we get into some of the rapid fire stuff and talk a little bit more about your channel and things like that. I always like to bring up that, and we'd already kind of touched on this, that there are new comic collectors coming into the hobby every day. New collectors, new readers, new fans. And I think that this hobby can sometimes be looked at as a little bit intimidating. Especially when you see other people's collections or just other people's knowledge on books and artists and writers. If there's one thing that you could say to someone that was brand new to the hobby, one piece of advice, what would you say to them? What would come to mind for you?
Well, if it's a girl, it's not a man's world. I was incredibly intimidated by, you know, the fact that comics seems like it's all dudes. And I mean, I've made a ton of female friends. There's one of the clerks at my shop is female. Like, I was introduced to it by my female friend. So it's definitely not like, even if you're just new and you're intimidated about like the big personalities, like the big personalities are just that, personalities. They're not really that in real life. Like, everyone is so chill and calm and welcoming. Like, I've yet to meet anybody who's like, you don't belong. I don't want to talk to you. Like, what are you doing here? Like, who do you think you are? None of that.
Right.
You know, there's books for everyone. And that's kind of like my tagline is like, there's a book for you out there. Like, it wasn't Marvel or DC for me. It was indies. It may be Marvel or DC for you.
Yeah. No, you're spot on.
There's content for everyone.
Yep. I love it. I love it. And you make some great points there. I mean, this is definitely, again, as we were talking about, like just getting more people into the hobby in general. We're getting people from all over the world with different
Mm-hmm.
backgrounds and different beliefs and everything getting into these different stories, and even the creators themselves. It's just great to see all the different ideas and everything that's coming out. And so it's good to just keep all that in mind as you are getting into it, and just try to have fun. Just try to have fun with it.
Exactly. If you're not having fun, you're not doing comics right. You're either following too many people who sell books, or you're reading books that you don't actually want to be reading. You're just reading because everybody else does.
Right.
Don't do that.
Yeah. So you gotta stick to your gut. Fable says I'm still intimidated by Justin.
He's a giant teddy bear.
Fable, get out of here, man. Yes, truth. Absolutely. BLC says bring back the cat. Let's see, just going through. BLC says he's a new collector. Yeah, right. BLC's an OG, if anything. Professor says Caroline is selling her collection to get a full-scale Iron Man
it's $8,000.
Boom.
None of my books are worth that money, but
You've already started planning.
Understand. Someone was like, well, if you just steal the suit, then how can they stop you? It's an Iron Man suit.
It's true. Very true. Oh,
it's only $8,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Really realistic. I can totally own that.
All right, we still have 22 people. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us here today. If you guys are not following Caroline, I did put all our information in the description below. I'll drop the link again in the chat as well. Make sure you are subbed up. There you go. You promised me comics. Love what you and Sparks are doing. So that's what I wanted to ask you too. Before we get into the rapid questions, tell me a little bit about how you and Sparks have turned this show that you guys have, this channel that you guys have, into what it is. I mean, have you known Sparks for a long time before this?
No, I remember when I was first getting into comics, I followed Ross Ritchie, and he posted this random person's collection of their We Only Find Them When They're Dead books. And I was like, hey, I like that book. I'm going to follow this person. And it was Sparks. And then, oh God, what was it? I don't remember where we met. But I remember I was chit-chatting with like him and Sith and a ton of other people. And then they did their Star Wars RPG, and they were like, hey, do you want to come play with us? And I was like, yeah, okay. And yeah,
that awesome.
Became the channel.
Well, and you guys are hanging out like twice a week, basically playing D&D, right? I mean that, and certainly. And
we started with our indie comics talks, where he just had me on to just talk about indie comics, because he was like, hey, not a lot of people read indies, but like you do. You want to talk about them? And I was like, okay, here's my stack of books I read.
Love it. And look what it's turned into now. I feel like you guys are just killing it. Love all the content that you guys are putting out there. Everything between like the FOC stuff, you guys looking ahead. You're, like I mentioned in the beginning, you guys are interviewing big artists and creators. I saw you had David Pepos on a few weeks ago. That was awesome. Like
which was technically a repeat too. We'd had him on before.
Oh, there you go. And also, you had Ross Ritchie a while back.
Yeah, he was like, I'm still amazed that happened, because he was one of like our first interviews. Side note,
that.
I'm gonna brag up about for a second. We are the reason that There Are Something Is Killing the Children themed short boxes coming out. So you're welcome. Because in our interview, I was like, good sir, why isn't this a thing? And he was like, a minute, and wrote himself a little note about it.
and now we're gonna get him. That's awesome.
I don't understand. I have so many covers. It takes up a whole shelf.
Yep. That's great. He seemed really cool. That was a great. I remember seeing.
Oh yeah, he was the chillest person, and like we hung out with him for a little bit afterwards too, just hanging out, chit chatting, and it was like having like a beer with your old friend.
Yeah.
It was. I thought it was going to be so intimidating, and we started talking to him, and I was like, "Oh, he's so chill. He loves comics."
I just see it here in the chat here too that I wanted to add this in. So while I'm uploading this, why don't you just tell us a little bit about maybe what some of the people are referencing in the chat here?
Yes. So Jeremy and I, You Promised Me Comics, we have an exclusive variant coming out. Yay! Yeah, I was like, do you have the? Yes. Yeah. So it is for issue number 1 of Nobody's Child. It is a Behemoth Comics book. The art is done by Anna Shadowcat. She did, if you saw the You Promised Me Darkness, the cat covers. She is the artist. Those. Cool. And so we've had Damien on the show before, interviewed him. He's the writer of that series. She did the translations and some of the covers. And we finally got to meet her in real life via the internet when we did our reveal. So that was really cool.
So cool. Congratulations on that. That is like so big, and I am so happy for you guys. Really exciting.
I'm limited to 300, so
cool. Very cool. Yep. I already reached out to Sparks with mine.
And what you can do is you can DM us. It's not like through a shop, so we're just going to invoice you via PayPal, and then we're shipping them out.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, there you go. I will. Well, make sure. Where can they go to like, or do they just reach out to you for that, or
yeah, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to You Promise Me Comics, and you can reach out to Sparks Comics.
Perfect.
Either of us. You can do it via Instagram. You can do it on the YouTube. We'll get it to you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So everybody, I put your Instagram link there as well. So if you guys aren't following her on Instagram, make sure you do so. You can reach out and get yourself one of these variants. Very cool stuff there. And thanks for everyone I saw posting about that here.
Yes, we really appreciate any and all hype and purchases.
Yeah. Brother says something's killing through the short box. Yeah.
Google it and then have your shop pre-order it for you.
Yep. I want to see. Big Lion Cat says, let's get Justin to 1K. Appreciate you, man. We're getting there slowly but surely. Oh, I wanted to go back, and I noticed that Big Herm asked a question here. He says, is there any superhero books that you like?
Oh, yeah. There's a lot. I mean, I'm very excited for Fierce State Alpha because Poison Ivy is back. My queen, my girl, my love. She's back in Batman. It's happening.
Yep. I'm reading that whole event. I'm all in on that event. Yep.
I've been talking about it for literally an entire year at this point. How badly I wanted Ivy back in Batman comics. It's been a constant thing between me and my shop. And then they were like, hey, guess what? Bam. I was like, yes, my girl.
So, yep.
So, it's gonna be good. So I'm reading Batman. I've been reading The Joker, and outside of issue 5, I'm loving it. It was amazing. It was so good. Yep. I read Champions from Marvel. I read the Iron Man series because I will never stop reading Iron Man. You will kill me before I stop reading Iron Man.
Love it.
It's just gonna, it's gonna be a thing. Yep. I read Silk. I loved Silk. I thought it was amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. See, there you go, Big Herm. She's
I
all
read
over.
them. I have my favorites. I just am very picky about them. I read the Harley series from DC as well. I'm loving it. I've been reading Wonder Girl. Yep. Static. Oh my God, how can I forget about Static? My favorite. I haven't been
reading Static. Wonder Girl I've read. I haven't been reading Static.
What?
Oh my gosh, Caroline's gonna kill me here.
We gotta have a chat.
You just gave me the eyes. You just gave me the eyes.
We gotta have a chat backstage. You are not allowed to not read Static.
I'm like, I gotta go, guys. All right, if it is that, I will put it on the list for you.
Did you watch the show when you were a kid?
No, I know nothing about the character. Nothing. Am I gonna have to do that too? Just go. I have nothing against them. I just haven't had.
It's kind of following the same. I don't want to say plot, but villains as the show. So they're introducing the popular villains. Hot Streak is always going to be the first one that they bring because that's like his Bible. So it's great.
So let me ask, if I just started reading the comics, would I be lost, or like, do you think I'll be okay?
You do want to read Milestone 0 before you read stuff. You don't have to, but it kind of explains.
Oh, I remember that. That was I remember. I think I got that. I don't think I read it, but I remember when that came out, Milestone 0.
So I recommend reading Milestone 0, and I even told Jeremy this because he read Static, and he was like, I feel like I missed something. And I was like, you did. Go read Milestone 0. And then he was like, oh, okay.
There you go. Okay. All right. Look, Ragin's shocked too.
I know.
Look, I'm not a DC. Well, I am now, but I'm starting to be a DC person, and I never was before. So.
Static Shock is like, he's just special. He's just something amazing. I love him.
All right. It's on my list.
I feel a type of way about Static. I'm going to feel a type of way about the movie or TV show or whatever they do.
Well, I feel your passion, so I will definitely give it a shot. And I'll start with what is it, Milestone? I know I have it. I feel like
I think it's Milestone Returns, and then it's just the number 0.
Yeah, 0. Travis says the show was amazing. Okay, Travis on board with 2.
It was like, to me, it was iconic as like Powerpuff Girls in my childhood.
Oh wow, okay.
I remember getting excited watching that show every week. I was like, yes, new episode of Static.
Nice.
I was a nerd as a kid. I just didn't know I was a nerd as a kid.
Right. There was nothing defined at that time. Yeah. Hey, we got Anthony in the house.
Welcome.
What's going on, Anthony? Thanks for stopping in. All right, so very cool stuff. Let's get into some of the rapid fire question stuff that I have here for you. And again, if anybody who's hanging out right now, make sure you are subbed up and following Caroline's both YouTube and Instagram. Make sure you reach out if you want to get that variant that she has, along with Sparks Comics. All right, so I always call them rapid. We try to keep it rapid. It's probably not going to be, I always like to kind of hear some reasoning for certain things. No, it's not just you. I like to hear, I like to hear these answers and why, certain people choose certain answers. So, but we'll see. And I did mention to you before the show, Caroline, that you're the first of this kind of newer segment that I'm going to have as well of this. I prepared actual rapid fire questions. So a little bit of this or that type of thing. So, we'll run through those halfway through. So I'm going to start with just some of the basics here that I like to ask everybody. And that is, first and foremost, if you had to choose one, who's your favorite character of all time?
Poison Ivy.
Ooh, see, I was wondering if it was that or Iron Man because
I love them
both pretty heavily.
But if we're talking comics, it's Ivy. If we're talking media, television, it's Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man.
Okay, that makes
literally
sense.
Take a bullet for that.
Love it. Okay, so we'll go with Ivy there. If you could have one superpower, what would that be?
Okay, I'm kind of always tied between two, and they're very, very, very similar. Teleportation and flying, because I hate having to commute anywhere.
To travel.
Ever. I just want to blink in and get my things and blink out, and we're done. I don't need to commute to work. I don't need to commute to the comic shop or the grocery store. I just blink, grab, pay, leave. We're good.
That's fair. No, that's totally fair. We'll give you both. We'll give you both of those. You can have both. Yes. I always say too, you save money on gas. It's just all around positive
environment.
Yeah, it's a good point. Good point. Steve's saying I'm in trouble from the static conversation. Yeah,
you gotta read
it. Ragin says Flight is back. Yeah, we always talk about, we get some people here who or a lot of people have said Flight here on the show as a choice. But we've had some teleport as well, so I think it's a good combination of the two. Some other people, I saw Ragin saying Gambit was his favorite, Wolverine for Anthony.
Gambit, I know nothing about other than I want justice for Taylor Kitsch. That's it. I think he was perfect as Gambit. That's my opinion.
Maybe he'll come back one day. Maybe.
Channing Tatum. No.
Sheena says no dogs today. No, they're away today, but we don't have them for the weekend. But yeah, that's why it's a little quieter today. Hey, we got Dale hanging out with us. What's going on, Dale?
Welcome.
Thanks for stopping in. Captain America, another great choice. Spawn, another great choice. Yeah, no, Anthony, no dogs, no barking today. All right, let's see. Next one up here. Who is currently your favorite artist? Comic book artist.
Oh, Jen Bartel. Well, interiors or exteriors? Do we care?
Nope. Whatever comes to mind to you when you describe an artist.
Easily.
Jen Bartel. Wow, easily. Wow. Okay.
This half of my wall over here is Jen Bartel art. Like this one is.
Love it. Sheena, what is this about? What is this? What's going on here? Just because I don't have the dogs, is that why?
We're only here for pet content.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Here's a fun one. If you could go back in time, like literal time travel, go back in time and buy one comic book off the shelf at cover price that you could never sell, it would just go to the grave with you. What would that one comic book be?
Batman 181.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Easy.
Pretty easy. Right.
This is a thoughtless question. It would be the mintiest copy.
I was gonna say you would have a very crisp copy of that.
I would have that $10 million book.
Yeah, actually, how much is that? I imagine it's up there in a high grade right now.
It's not a cheap book.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean that.
Wait, put that up real quick.
It's not the mintiest book.
That's okay. Look at that, nice. Love it.
There's no pinup. It's missing part of the front cover.
Okay, that's a grail right there.
And I'm more than happy about that. That's why I say, I don't have any other things I need to get in my life. I have that.
That's you're absolutely right. I mean, if that's your girl right there. So very nice, very nice.
A nice minty copy would be
the next. Yeah. Well, when they invent time travel, then you'll be able to do so. One day, which technically, I guess if it happens, it technically already happened. I don't know how that works. Yeah. We got Sleepy Reader in the house. What's going on, Sleepy?
Thanks for Are you reading Time Before Time? Because
I started. Yes, I read the first issue.
It's actually it's not bad. It's actually pretty good.
All right. I do plan on. That was another one I was going to do a trade. What's that?
It's been optioned apparently too. So.
Oh really? Oh okay.
But I'm enjoying it. I think it is just it's time travel wildness fun.
Yeah. I remember how the first issue ended, so I mean it definitely intrigued me for sure. Yes, Ragin, any grade is better than no grade.
But we're not grading that because I know what that would not be.
All right, let's see. Get back to the list here. Name your what was the last comic book you read?
Oh God, what was the last comic book I read? Was it Eve? Did I read anything after Eve? I'm not caught up on this week's reads, so there's that. But I really think it was Eve.
All right. It's a good choice.
I didn't read any books this morning, and that was what I read before bed last night. So yeah.
It all blends together, anyways. It
does.
Time for Time is good.
It's a fun. If you enjoy Hot Tub Time Machine, you'll enjoy Time Before Time.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see. If what's your favorite comic book based film or TV show comes to mind?
Oh.
And we're talking like all the MCU films. And everything.
That's not an easy question. Why would you ask me that?
Just wait till we get to these other choices.
I guess are you talking like just thing that is related to comics in general, or like specifically like that comic turned into that thing? No,
not specific. It just generally
then the Dark Knight trilogy. That.
Okay. Yeah, totally.
The most iconic.
Love it. Okay. Yep. Can't go wrong with that. Not at all. All right. Let's see if all right. Let me hit you with these rapids. Right. We'll call this the rapid section of the rapid question section or segment. Yeah. The rapid segment. Okay. So I'm just gonna shout out 2 options, and you just let me know which option you prefer. And I will say not all of it is comic book related. So there's that. So we're gonna start with Carmen or Stray Dogs.
My immediate response was Carmen. So Carmen.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I feel like that book needs to be required reading to just be a human who exists.
Totally. It's got a very deep message. Yes.
It's so
but I love Stray Dogs too.
It's also really great. And Tony and Trish are amazing people, and I don't want them to think I'm shitting on their books. I just didn't cry when I read it, and I did cry when I read Carmen.
Right. All right, next one up. Pizza or cake?
Pizza.
Yes.
I eat a lot of pizza.
Yep, I'm with you.
Cake in moderation, pizza always.
Yes. Oh, see, Caroline, you're the best. All right, let's see. I have a feeling I know the answer to this, but I'm going to throw this out there anyways. Batman or Daredevil?
Batman. I only know Daredevil via the TV show. So
okay. Did you watch the Netflix series?
I did. I really liked it. I thought he did a wonderful job. For the internet, he also did a wonderful job. So,
hopefully we see more. We're going to see more. So let's go with I'm going to leave your girl out of this, and I'm going to say Harley or Punchline.
Ooh, Punchline.
Oh, okay.
I like Harley as a character, but I don't have like a strong bond about her. Like, I'm not like, I like her stuff. I will pretty much always read things she's in, but there's something about Punchline. I'm just like, that girl. Girl. I want to beat her.
What Tynan has done with that character, I mean, it's definitely, I'm hoping we see a lot more with Punchline, that's for sure. I must say I have recently been obsessed with Harley, though. I've been reading like all sorts of Harley.
I think she's great, and I will just consistently love her, but right now I'm just like, Punchline is that bad bitch.
I think it depends too on the writer and how they write Harley,
Yeah.
because Harley can be written in a few different like ways, at
And
least from
some
what I've
people make
seen
her
so far.
very like too young in the way that she acts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's kind of a fine line on certain. I don't know. I mean, I definitely like the darker side of Harley when people kind of write that side of it, but I do
I'm
like some of the
enjoying
jokes and
what
stuff.
is going on too now in her series. I'm not
Yeah.
unhappy
Oh, yeah.
with it.
No, I really like the new series. Definitely.
I
Like
know
the
a
new
lot of
series.
people feel a way about the art. I didn't really have any qualms about it.
So that art has grown on me tremendously.
I thought it was
Riley
cute.
Rossimo.
I like
Yeah,
her
no,
little feet.
Rossimo's. Yeah, no, Riley Rossimo. I follow him over on Instagram, and I've talked like he seems down to earth. The guy. Maybe someone that you guys could have on your show at some point. But he just seems really cool. Yeah, yeah. I was a little hesitant with his artwork at first, and but as I read it, I think it just fits Harley Quinn really well. And I think that just plays a big role in that too. So
it really matches the tone of the story, I think, that they were going for, and like the colors too. It's really, I think it fits. But I was also one of those people that was like, I don't have any problems with this. It's Harley. I'm gonna read it.
Yeah, no, totally. I'm on board. Let's see, Pepsi or Coca-Cola?
Oh, Coca-Cola. I'm from the South, my man.
I'm from the South. Yeah, I don't know how people drink Pepsi, man. Yeah. It's too sweet, man.
Technically diet because #diabetes, but
all right, yeah, all right. Do what you gotta do.
But Coke, always Coke. Can you have Pepsi? I don't know. I guess. Is it fine? Not really, but I guess. Listen, I went to a Pepsi campus for college, and I was mad about it for 4 years.
Oh gosh, terrible.
I would buy Coke and bring it with me to lunch.
I would do the same thing. That's brutal.
Just like angrily, like.
Let's see. I have here's one I'm curious where you're gonna go with this. James Tynion or Ram V?
Okay. I have two answers for this. I read
two
more
answers
of
for the two options.
I read more of Tynion's. I think Ram V is a better writer. I think he's more impactful with what he does. I think he says more with less words.
Interesting. Okay. Did you see Brandon just had him on his show?
Yes, and I was so mad. My lunch break was supposed to line up, and then it didn't.
Oh, you got to catch the replay. It was very good. Ram V seems very. I think you're gonna. I mean, you'll fall even more in love with Ram V if you're
gonna beg him to let me interview him after I watch that.
Yes, you should.
He seems like just an amazing person.
Totally.
And like Layla Starr was, I think that like that whole religion and like it's just so beautiful and stunning, and it's like not as bastardized as the way that like a lot of religions have been, and I was all about it.
Yep. I love all the answers here, by the way. Everybody putting out their what they prefer. Definitely. To MCU, Coke is no good for me. What? I have to drink Pepsi. No, man. Coca-Cola.
Too mainstream.
Glass bottle.
Everyone's picking Tynion. Listen.
Yeah, it's tough.
I like his stuff. I do. But I feel more when I read the Ram V stuff.
Yeah.
It's just a little deeper.
So the reason I picked those two, because I could have picked so many different, writers for you to choose from. They are two that I feel like I can't pick between. Like it is that hard. I mean, it's not an easy. Yeah, totally. Because they're both they're on fire right now. Everything that they're putting out there has just been a home run. Every single thing.
Oh yeah, like Nice House the Lake. Every issue, I'm just like, how do you keep getting better? How do you keep doing it and doing it better than you did before? Yep. How does your mind work, sir? Yeah. Can I have a slice?
Totally. BLC says, I picked Justin. I am all for that. I am all for that, my friend. Oh, there's some Ram V votes. All right, we got some Ram V votes. All right, let's see. A couple more of these before I have just a couple other questions, and we'll wrap things up here. Appreciate everybody. We got 24 people hanging out with us on a Saturday. Appreciate y'all. So I think we already know the answer, but I'm going to throw this out there anyways. I'm going to say Frizen or Bartel.
Ooh, Bartel.
Okay. Day at the beach or day at the Comic-Con?
Oh, day at the Comic-Con. I don't like to go outside. I'm very Irish.
Okay.
I get sunburnt real quick. It's not pretty.
You don't get along with the sun?
Look, I'm reflectively white.
Last one here before we get into some of the other stuff. Berserker or Nocturnal?
Oh, Noctera, for sure.
Noctera. Sorry, Noctera.
For sure, Noctera.
Okay. Very nice.
Hands down. That was a day one book for me.
Noctera. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's mix it up here a little bit. I'm going to ask you some non-comic book related questions before we wrap up here. Are you a sports person? And if you are, who is your favorite sports teams? Or what are your favorite sports, and what's your favorite sports team?
I enjoy sports. I don't like watching them on television. I don't think it's as exciting. That being said,
you rather in
Penn
person.
State football.
Oh, okay.
That was where I went to college.
You went to Penn State? Okay.
Yeah. We are Eagles fans. Through no choice of my own, but that was exciting like 4 years ago. Yeah. Hockey's probably my favorite sport. Hockey's like the one thing that I actually will watch on TV. So go Flyers and go Tampa.
Do you play any sports? Do you play hockey or anything?
I rode crew in high school.
Okay.
And I used to play field hockey. And as a kid, everyone plays soccer. It is required white people activity.
Yeah.
So, but like, I am not as hand-eye coordinated physically as, I wear glasses.
Yeah.
I wear glasses.
I like how that's just your stamp there. Like that's
we don't need me getting whacked in the face with that. No. I tried for me.
I like that you're Penn State. That's cool. I didn't realize that you went to Penn State. I have a few friends that went there a couple years ago, and I followed that. I followed the football team just because I'm starting to get into some college football. And I know Saquon Barkley came from Penn State, so he's hopefully he has a good year.
Excuse me, Baquan.
Yeah, Baquan.
Going to school at the same time as him and watching him play college football live was like,
that's cool. That's cool.
So good. And I went to every single college football game of my college career. I didn't miss a one.
Nice. They look so fun. They really just look like a massive party.
I don't want to go back because I don't want to not be in the student section.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to not be in that because like the students stand literally the entire game except for halftime. You stand for the whole thing. You're jumping around, you're screaming, you're yelling.
I love it.
We have like the loudest stadium in the United States of America. It's a big deal. It's fun.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It's cool. Everybody putting their teams right now.
Yeah, hey, Jason, very good friends with WVU.
So, Jason, you were wearing some WVU shorts. I was gonna say something, I meant to, and then we started talking about all this other stuff going on in the industry, but randomly. But yeah, that's right. I meant to say something to Jason about that. Good stuff there. All right, Caroline. Let's see. Where do you stand with music? What is your favorite genre, and do you have a favorite band and or artist that come to mind?
I feel like genre is always a really hard question because I'm like, I listen to pretty much everything, but like really
all around?
Screaming metal, and I'm not a big fan of country, and I'm not a big fan of like folk.
Well, you said you like metal or you don't like metal?
No.
So no metal,
like
no country, no folk.
Foster the People, the Killers, like that's my kind of music. I listen to weirdly a lot of house music when I drive.
Oh, nice. I love house.
So like, it's a good little mix, I'm a girl. I listen to Taylor Swift and I listen to pop music, but like, if I could pick 3 artists, it would be Hozier, Foster the People, and the Killers.
Nice. Okay. So I remember someone telling me that Foster the People, their last album, or it was like 3 years ago at this point, I think, was exceptional. They said it was very good.
All of their albums are exceptional. I've seen them live several times.
Oh, have you? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I went to Lollapalooza and I saw them and I saw the Killers in the same day, so that was really cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Killers is good too. Hey, we got Mark hanging out with us. Legion of Comics. What's going on, brother? Actually gonna have Legion on this show next Saturday. So.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for stopping by, Mark. Let's see. All right. Next up, let's talk a little bit about
I do like the Beach Boys. My family's from Florida.
Oh, Beach Boys.
Yeah. They're great. They're
if you could go anywhere in the world as a vacation, you and your family or whoever you want to bring with you for free, and it's a safe, no pandemic, nothing like that, where would you go that you haven't already traveled to for a full week, paid?
I've never traveled out. Well, that's a lie. I've been to Niagara Falls, but outside of Niagara Falls, I've never left the U.S.
Oh, okay.
My first and immediate thought was Ireland because I've always wanted to do the white people thing where you go to all the places that you're from.
Yeah.
So like, always wanted to go to Ireland. I really, really, really want to go there.
Yeah, I mean, it looks beautiful there. Yeah,
and they drink like amazing.
Are you a beer drinker or Scotch or?
I like a craft beer.
Craft beer, okay.
But, I like a
Very nice.
sour beer. I like my girly drink. I'll drink a Guinness over in Ireland.
Okay, yeah, there
I'll
you go.
drink it there for them, for my people.
Yeah, this season, fall season is the Guinness season. So, going into the winter here.
Oh, I love fall. I'm a fall baby.
I was just gonna say, what's your favorite season?
Fall, absolutely. Fall. Halloween time specifically, because it's around my birthday. My dad's birthday is Halloween.
Really? Oh, that's cool. Right on it. Nice, very nice. All right, let's see. Last question here that I'll kind of wrap things up with, and then we can talk a little about if you have anything coming up. Let's talk about food. I always got to bring up food. Where do you stay? I know we already talked a little bit. You mentioned pizza when I asked you about pizza or cake. If it was a Friday night, you had the house to yourself, and you could just order anything you want, or buy anything you want, or cook anything you want, or even go out to eat. What is your go-to meal for a Friday night?
If I was able to get like anything I want, there's this really nice Italian restaurant over here, and it has the best marinara sauce, and I would just like my weight in their spaghetti and meatballs, ideally.
That's great. That's a great description right there.
If I don't have to go anywhere for like the next few days, like yes, just like me and a giant endless bowl, and like we'll just watch all of the MCU.
Yep, all weekend. There you go. I love it. Great picks, Caroline. All right, before we wrap up, why don't you just take a moment, let the people know where can they find you, and let us know a little bit on what you have on the agenda. Anything big coming up? Any announcements other than I know you just talked about your variant, but let them know.
So I am over on that is my Instagram, and that is the YouTube show that I'm the co-host of, Caroline's Comics and You Promise Me Comics. We don't currently have anything in the works. Jeremy is in New Orleans, and we all know what just happened in New Orleans. He's heading back today, so we haven't really planned anything. He still doesn't have power. So we've just kind of been on a little baby hiatus for a little bit. But we do have our exclusive, if you want to flash that up.
Yeah,
that is out. It comes out crap, I don't remember when it comes out. Soon. It comes out, I believe, this month. So, yeah.
Nobody's Child. Looks great.
If you want it, you can hit me up. You can hit up You Promise Me Comics, and you can hit up @Sparks Comics on Instagram, and we will shoot you an email and get it PayPal over to you.
Very nice. Very nice. I can't wait to get this variant. I'm really excited. Again, for you guys, congratulations. It's really exciting. Yeah, it's really exciting, and it looks awesome. That series looks really great. I talked about it on my top 10 new comic books series, and I feel
like it's going to be one of those important to society kind of stories too.
Sure.
So
absolutely.
We'll see what happens.
Hey, we got Geek Out with Roscoe hanging out. What's going on, Roscoe? I saw John Stell said he had to leave, but he had a really good time. Appreciate you, John, for stopping in, and everybody here that's hanging out with us right now. Thank you all so much. So 19 people. Again, make sure you are subbed up to Caroline's YouTube channel and Instagram. YouTube being You Promise Me You Promise Me Comics. I knew I was going to mess that up once in the show. I knew I was going to say it once.
I almost said the comic name or the Instagram name instead of the comic name. It's fine. We all do it.
Yeah, we all do it. I put the link there in the description again in case anybody needed it, but it is all in the description below. And make sure, yes, you reach out to Caroline if you are interested in that variant, or Jeremy, or not if you're interested in Jeremy. If you're interested in the variant, reach out to Jeremy.
I mean, I can hook you up. I do know him.
Caroline will hook you up with Jeremy.
I'll make a connection for you too.
So funny. So before we wrap up, Caroline, again, I just want to thank you so much for being on the show. I know we've been it's been a while trying to work this out, planning this, and I appreciate you being flexible to come on a week earlier, because I know we initially had it next week. So thank you for that as well. And
Thanks
you were just awesome. Yeah, totally. Keep doing your thing. I'm really excited for what you guys have in plan, and just overall, just happy that you're a member of this community, and appreciate everything that you do for everybody here. So thank you for taking some time to hang out with me today. This was a blast. We definitely have to do it again.
Oh yes, for sure. I always love your show. I always love watching it. So I'm happy to finally be on it.
Absolutely.
The love is all cool.
Absolutely. The love connection. There you go. Caroline will hook it up right there. Sleepy Reader says subbed. Very cool.
You.
Good stuff. Michael says that the variant looks dope. Great show, guys. From Jason Herm. Chef, I saw you earlier. Chef RD, appreciate you hanging out, brother. Thanks for stopping in, everybody. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up then. Everybody that's in the chat, thank you all so much. If you're taking the time to watch this replay, or if you're watching the replay right now, thank you for doing so as well. Yes, I'm going to throw this up just as a reminder, too, that the 900 subscriber giveaway, that is still live right now. You can enter. The link is in the description below. Just a couple bucks I want to give back to the community as I just crossed 900. And just wait for that big 1K. There's going to be even more so. Just a lot of giveaways and some fun hangouts. So we'll have to do some fun partying for that.
So close too. So when we hit 1K, we will also be doing free stuff.
Sweet. Love it. I love seeing everybody growing here on the channel. So very cool. All right, guys, I will be back again next Saturday, 2:00 Eastern time with Legion of Comics. Mark, looking forward to that. Make sure you guys are checking that out. There's the cat featured one last time as we get out of here. Love it. Everybody have a great weekend. If you're watching football, enjoy your Sunday football, because I know I will be. And until next time, we will talk to you guys later. Peace.
Bye, everyone.